Listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay, what?
Hey, Linda.
Got him! Got him!
Welcome to Hood Talk. This is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, and we ready to get it started. Let's get it started then.
Well, hello everybody. Happy Monday to you. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube and Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. You want to send him some love, there is the information that is beginning to scroll at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. Just do that for us. But getting started on this subject tonight, the pros and cons of living in Jackson, Mississippi.
This show gonna stink a little bit. And spray a little.
That was some fart spray, wasn't it?
Nah, we need some Febreze around Jackson. Because this gonna stink for real.
We've had stinky from everything that's been dealing with Jackson. But hey, let's talk about
it. I'm gonna start with this. I was listening to my partner. He stay in Texas now, and he was just saying, a little bit of what he been hearing about Jackson, so far. And they was talking about the water issue, and then he said, the water issue. I know that he was talking about the trash issue, and something else. What other issue we had, big or whatever?
The council's not getting along with the mayor.
It was something real serious. I guess he.
Oh, the reassignment segregation, like the Capitol Police stuff.
Nah, it was something else too. Like before then, I don't know. I guess
potholes for one.
Yeah, potholes.
Tearing up everybody's vehicles.
Yeah, it just. You know what? One thing I'm gonna say is, our city looks so much better at nighttime because it has so many flaws in Jackson. I guess sometimes, working out through the day and then only being able to get out and ride a bus block at night, you don't realize how many issues we have until you ride around at 12 in the daytime or whatever when the sun is, at the peak of its sky where you can see every little dent, scratch, everything that's going on with Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And when you see that, sometimes you think you're in a third world country. You know what I'm saying?
Almost.
You don't think you're in America sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You be like, this Jackson. And what makes it so bad, I can go to any city right outside of Jackson around here, and they look much better than the capital. You know what I'm saying? And it just, and only thing we can say is leadership. Because your city can only go as far as the captain of the ship. And my partner, he from Mississippi, but he said, man, he been hearing back here. He said, really, we basically need to just get rid of everybody in office, everybody over something around here, because literally ain't nobody doing their job. You know what I'm saying? It didn't got to the point where it feels like nobody doing a job. You look around, you see trash here, you see, everybody ward, every city councilman got, trash not picked up on the side of the road, stuff not cut. abandoned houses all over the place. I mean,
Everywhere.
we just got to Jackson got to become something else because you know, thinking that people want to invest in us and we can't even keep a clean city. I mean, the least you could do is mow the grass, get somebody out here. I mean, if you ain't got nothing else going on, won't you double and triple up on the grass cutters and the people that make everything look better? I think, and it's a backlash of our culture because
Yeah.
we walk around like our shit don't stink, but we turn around and then we watch our kids throw paper on the ground. We watch, paper. Don't know kid pick up paper. Don't know grown ups pick up paper. They drop paper out and just leave it or whatever, whatever. Um, I mean, it's sad when you feel like it's a few people that care and there's a whole lot of people that don't. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
we could start by if you roll your blunt, at least you could do it, throw your wrapper or whatever in the garbage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just so much things. I mean, the city just getting, I mean, it's getting terrible. We ain't nothing but a mini Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We going down and we going down fast. And with AI and technology coming, it's gonna be a lot of more people out of jobs. We already the poorest, and a lot of people don't really want to do real work. Don't nobody want to do the hard jobs. Everybody feel like they want to, you know, you know. I feel like for the people that came up and posed to build America, now we the one destroying it because I feel like sometimes we don't have no. It's like we don't care about the right stuff. We more care about the color in our hair, because you know why? Because we need something to say, look at me. Because if we don't have all these outlandish colors and all this here, we don't have nobody looking at us, staring at us, because we ain't doing much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? When
Mm-hmm.
all you thinking about is how long the eyelashes is, oh my makeup, oh half of the people around here can't even swim because I remember when I came up, everybody got in the pool, everybody swim, this and that. People weren't scared to get their hair wet and this and that. I mean, now grown ladies teaching their children not to get their hair wet because they putting their perms in them at young ages. And one thing I've noticed, here and there, we have more natural hair now. People kind of what's name, but I still feel like as a whole, we don't love ourselves because we're too busy trying to look like something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ain't nothing wrong with enhancing the beauty a little bit, but when you got to do a total makeover, when you wake up in the morning and when you walk out your door, you don't even notice the same person that you woke up looking at in the mirror. It's just sad.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just sad when people don't even know themselves no more. I mean, yeah, it's sad to look at how people just really don't care about Jackson no more. I mean, like people running out of Jackson, and I'm gonna tell you, if you don't teach your kids values more, won't you teach your kids values and morals here? You ain't got to run to another city to teach them how to pick up paper, how to
Right.
clean their room.
Clean up after
You know what I'm
themselves.
saying? You can teach them the same thing right here in Jackson. They can be a productive person and they would think better if they had better leaders that thought about something more than hair, nails, and a pedicure, a massage. I mean, you know, it's sad. You know, it's sad just walking around and seeing people don't care. I mean, you walk around and you see people with all these different color hair and this and that, you know. And I remember back in the day when, people, prostitutes used to wear this type of stuff to change they look because they was, hustling people out their money and doing this type of stuff and other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why we doing stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I look around and I just don't know. But I got my little rant out the way, and we can start the show. What's up, Bryce? Up in his house?
Hello.
Yeah.
But listen, I know you always talk about this color hair, this nail, this makeup, but women got this thought in their heads like this is what the guys are attracted to. Because some, they get out there and they just be plain Jane or whatever, they feel like that they have to look like this person to be somebody. Then that's the thing. If you don't get it within yourself that you're okay with who you are without all of that, then,
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's not men I've never heard a man tell his woman, "Hey, you know what? Purple hair would really do you some justice. You know that green, whoo, you just do something for me when you
What
put."
about purple lipstick?
I don't really trip over the lipstick thing. You know what I'm saying? Because lipstick always been here. Different colors or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so I never really look, but when everybody want to look like,
Nicki Minaj.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go a little deeper than this. When everybody want to look, I'm gonna do it like I'm just do it like that, ratchet. Like Jonathan said, when everybody just trying to look ratchet, don't blame that on men. I'm sick of women because
I didn't blame anything. I was just
no,
saying.
no.
Okay.
I'm saying women don't sit up there and say we do this because I think men like it. No, women tell us all the time, I do this for myself. This is what because ain't no way you look in the mirror and you walking around like snuffleupagus with eyelids hanging past your hat and all these colorful hair. I mean, you ain't doing this in saying, "Oh, men look," because guess what? Every man that got good common sense and got a law degree or any movie you seen some upstanding man and they wasn't they don't even wear this type of stuff on Power, on Ghost, on some of these ghetto when they going into this so-called rich, because Power is based off like a richer type school, like uppity school people, right?
Okay.
You don't see them with all these different color hair in the classroom. You don't see that. You don't see all these long nails. You don't see none of that.
So do you think it's just a southern thing? You think it's just in the South?
No, it's a it's an issue thing. It's it done got to where I don't think women even care what men want. I think women are lost and they trying to find themselves and they just looking at everything. Everything is look at me. If you look at how a woman dress every day, everything is look at me, please. Please. See, they ain't getting the attention they used to get. They fight it to say, don't judge me as a sexual object. But yet we got OnlyFans where women brag about making money off showing their body and all this kind of stuff. And then you know, and they brag every day about trying to get the bag and trying to not just get the bag, but trying to trick a dude out of the bag. You feel what I'm saying?
Have you ever been tricked to OnlyFans to see what it's like?
I have never even went on OnlyFans site. I know what it is. It ain't for me. It ain't nothing I ever said. Oh, I want to see what somebody doing on OnlyFans. Uh, Now, say if it was a free place where I could put my podcast on or something like that. Oh yeah, I probably can put the podcast on. But other than that, paying to see somebody with uh you know not even act it's like it's like watching Love and Hip Hop over and over and over and over all day of one day. You got to be the lost your man if you just sit there and watch Love and Hip Hop all day. You ain't gonna be a natural functioning person. Let's read the comments.
Like Jonathan said, wake up today and say, "Ooh, I'm gonna kill him today, girl. Do my hair purple."
I'm
It's
telling you,
somebody that really said that.
these ain't me.
I mean, I see more pink hair than anything, and it's not even the breast cancer month, so I don't know. So is this a con of Jackson?
He said so. This is the
Is this a con of Jackson? That's what he's saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, is it just a Southern thing?
It's gonna be hard for us to get into the pros of Jackson because I didn't get to the point that when I think of any other city and I think of Jackson, I'm saying, what do Jackson have that another city? I mean, Jackson can't even compete with Canton, Mississippi, to me.
Oh Lord.
I mean, because we done fell down that far. At least they consider clean. They streets ain't got potholes. I mean, what? I mean, they got rocky roads that ride better than our streets. I mean,
Well, if we want to just talk about the pros and cons of living in Jackson, we can talk about some pros. The low cost of living. That's one.
That's because you ain't making enough.
Right. It falls with the economic growth is limited. So therefore, it costs a little less to live in Mississippi, Jackson, to be
Big Dog said red box free. We get 2BO down here.
Tubi.
Yeah. What do you say?
So the city water workers out of a job. Well, from what I hear, the state is being taken over on the water issue by someone else, and so yeah, pretty much. If they decide to let them go, then they're gone.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: they wasn't doing their job.
Well, they couldn't do it if you didn't have anything to do anything with.
Okay, no, I'm saying, say the city workers that fixing the pipes and stuff like that. I'm sure them people still work, but the people in the office, I mean, like you can pay your bill online, and I mean,
that's just that part. We're talking about the infrastructure type of thing. They gave that, the federal court granted that to somebody else to operate, to take it out of the city of Jackson's hands.
Because we ain't doing a good job. I mean, this is what it come down to. And I was talking to this dude. We got in a big old argument and this and that. And he said, last time the city was good and this and that, it was under Dale Danks. I said, you know how long it been since Dale Danks was mayor of Jackson?
And he dead and gone, rest his soul.
And if you had to go that far back, so basically you saying every black mayor that came to power didn't do a good job because they said Harvey Johnson came in and sold all the stuff we used to work ourselves on it. Sold a lot of equipment or whatever. So All I'm saying is we can't have it both ways. We sit up here and we been crying the last 2-3 years when the old boy was up here talking about it, getting all that headway, and was and telling everybody how bad Jackson was and trying to expose everybody in Jackson. And all we did, yeah, all of them need to go. All of them need to go. Now the people outside of Jackson come in here and say, okay, we're gonna take over, we're gonna let all y'all, we're gonna do all this, and then you start crying. You know the reason they cry? Because some people gonna be out of the job. Some people ain't gonna get that contract because this person that their cousin.
Because the hookup ain't gonna have no control over it. Because for a long time, the city of Jackson misappropriated their funds, even with the water infrastructure. They had to bring a man. The federal government court had to allow a man from Virginia to come to Mississippi and administer the water infrastructure here.
We don't know what we're doing. Jonathan said Friday or the next Friday, it's gonna be over with for the city workers or something.
Oh wow!
And he should know a little something about that because he ran for city council one time. Great dude.
Okay.
Anthony said, "Go ahead."
Low cost of living is a con? No, it's supposed to be a pro because you're able to pay low costing neighborhoods equal poverty environment, potholes, poor pimping, and water supply increasing crime. Well, hello, welcome to Jackson, Mississippi, Antonio.
Oh, he right. I mean, I can't see one thing about it. One thing I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna argue when people right. When they tell the truth about my city, I love my city. True enough.
But the truth be told,
my city is doing real bad.
terrible.
I'm talking about when I ride. I'm telling you, I bust a block, and it's like I had a flashback because I thought I was in the war, and I thought you know how they had them landmine thing. It feel like you're going through landmine. You riding around that thing, and you're riding, and you feel like you about to hit a landmine. And then I'm riding down what's the name? I see they got cones stuck in potholes. They got tires stuck in potholes. They
trees blowing out of them.
The big thing stuck in potholes. You know, to keep people from running in the potholes because that's just how bad the city done got. I mean, it's just the bad the city done got that you can every street you go on, you see 2-3 potholes that can make you pay to get your whole front end fixed on your car. You know what I'm saying?
And look, they just finished Meadowbrooks maybe a year or two ago, right? Between State and 55, right? There was a pothole on Meadowbrook already that's so big, and the only thing they have is like a little sign, a cone thing around it to let you know you about to go off in a hole.
And back in the day, they at least would have somebody that come around with the truck with the rocks.
And dump some in there.
Fill them holes up. We ain't got
they don't do that anymore.
We don't have it. Go, Angela.
Hey, Angela. We're good. I'm good. The topic tonight, we're talking about the pros and cons of living in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And as we were just talking about, the number one problem, besides the water, which everybody in the world know.
Angie done seen it all like me, so she should have a lot to say about this one.
Jonathan, and all these fake contractors running mayor preachers ain't hitting on jack. This city done. Oh, run for council. Thank you. And we need somebody that's gonna do something.
And you
so
know,
if you're gonna do it, come on with it.
And you know what makes it so bad? It's like our city, as we get more churches on every corner, as our city goes down into the dumpsters. I mean, we shouldn't even have old grocery stores that are churches. We shouldn't even have churches that big. I mean, unless the church is actually putting in that. See, what they need to do is if we're gonna have these many church, they need to start taxing churches in Jackson because ain't no reason you should have these big old churches and take over all this square footage but not pay taxes for it. I mean, give it to some business that really trying to bring jobs here, or just tear it down and have it an open parking lot and don't because it's sad. It's
Have
sad
an
to
open
watch.
parking lot to do what? I mean,
It's
just give me an
sad.
example. If the church didn't take over it and do something with it, like New Horizon took a
Maybe it
grocery
would
store.
be a grocery store again. We need a grocery store there. That's why New Horizon ain't opened up a grocery store.
They have food pantries.
No, I'm talking about for people to go in there and buy food and buy it for a good price. They should get with these local farmers or whatever, sell some kind of market or something up in them in that church. It shouldn't be just an open space with nothing but prayer. Prayer ain't healing Jackson. I'm sorry. Prayer ain't healing Jackson. If it was, we should be the healing this person. Because if we count every church in Jackson, I bet you we got over 400 churches in Jackson.
Let's get the city.
And ain't damn church and prayer is not helping Jackson. We need money. And all these churches ain't doing nothing but taking away from business because business can't have liquor license. They can't do certain business because the church too close. All this, they can't even open. They can't even serve beer. They can't do this. They can't do that because a church is close. So they also is shutting down business because the church is too close.
So you want the church to close down so that people can drink alcohol? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I want the church can close down so we can have businesses.
Businesses like what?
Let the church close down and we'll watch them come in here. Cause I mean, listen, who? Okay, I. The reason these churches getting these big buildings because these businesses they just writing the church out, writing it to the church because they know the church ain't got to pay no tax, right?
Okay.
Church get the building, boom. He just praying everybody money into the church, building up the church, but he ain't putting no money in the autumn. He is not giving these folks jobs. You know what? How many people the church probably employ? Most churches probably had 20 to 30. A grocery store by itself in the daytime probably got two, maybe 60, 70 people working
All
at a
together.
store.
All together.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I
Yeah,
agree.
but you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying a church, and then look, all week they ain't doing nothing. It's just a couple hours a day that they doing something. A revival or a church on Sunday from this hour to that hour, then it's shut down. Then this hour, this hour. If you had a grocery store, it'll continue to be making money, continue to be feeding people that's coming there. We had a movie theater there. It was a remember Sam's was behind there. Sam's moved. It was a grocery store in front of there. It was a church there. It was a shoe place there. It was vibrant business all the way down through there. It's
So
nothing.
so
You
what
know,
do you think ran those businesses off? Are you saying the church did that?
I'm saying the
It's
church.
the city.
No, listen. I'm saying the church is not helping. When you have a business, I done seen people want to open a business here, but they too close to a church to even open up a business. They might want to do this, but they might want to sell liquor to or do something else. Anything. I mean, anything is better than
Well, you
something that
can't be biased. You can't be biased on those type of businesses So you're talking about opening up this so they can
It's church
sell the
of
liquor.
business.
This is going to be a hangout spot for somebody,
It's,
right?
it's church of
How many
business.
people would they employ? Would they
No, I'm
employ
saying,
more than 20, 30 people at that place that will open up that you're saying too close to the church?
yeah, a
So how
grocery
many
store. No,
places?
I'm talking about a grocery store.
Oh, a grocery store.
I'm talking about they closing down. When a grocery store leave, a church jumping in. I mean, they're not. What I'm saying is they're talking about. And the first thing a church will say, we want to build a community. Where are you building the community if all your operations is 2 or 3 hours a day? You ain't building no community. All
Well,
they do is
I mean,
the
but
rest of the time is
I
count
can
your
say
money. That's
there
all
are
they doing.
some.
And after that is counting your money.
There are some I can say within the community that are really out there to help the community. And that place, they have edifice all throughout the city. So I understand what you mean about the churches. I'm not knocking it. Maybe we could do more businesses, but other people don't want to come to Jackson because of the crime. They don't even want to bring their business here.
Listen, can I tell you something? It's
Go
it's
for
a
it.
it's a known fact. Every city that has these many churches, that's all the inner cities. That once they start getting all these churches coming in the city, it's crime raises. Crime don't not drop. If we got 400, 500 churches in the city, shouldn't crime drop? These same
I
people
don't
killing
think
each
it,
other.
no,
These same people that's
but I'm
killing each
saying
other. Church on
it doesn't come from the church. We can't blame the church on it. It comes from their upbringing, what they decide to do, how we let these kids go out here and do whatever they want to do, get involved, crime. So you're gonna blame that on the church that these kids out here
yeah,
committing crime?
yeah.
It starts at home.
Hold on. Yeah, I can blame it on the church because the church ain't helping. Get out the way. Let a business come in. That's all I'm saying. If they sit up there, they ought to have a limit of how many churches can open up in a city. Period. And they ought to. Okay, I ain't even tripping on the church. Have your church pay taxes. Pay the same amount of taxes if a business was open right there. Pay the same amount of taxes. I bet you they'll try to figure out a way to make some money then. I bet you the churches will figure out a way to make some money then. That's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
let's
Make them
talk
pay
about.
taxes. They eating up areas where it could be a tax paying people there. They ain't paying taxes. Let them pay taxes. You can have a church. I bet you they making some money. Then I bet you they'll go in there and open business. You have all kind of lunch places and everything in there. If they had to pay money, if they had to pay taxes on that thing, I
Well,
bet you
when
they
you
would
start,
sit up here and buy a building and let it sit up for 4 years before they do something to it. They sit up there and let the Brahma sit up there 30 years before they tore it down.
oh,
30
it's
years.
too. Oh
30
yeah, it
years.
is going.
30 years. The Brahma sat there and ain't been open until they tore it down.
But
Nah,
had that store even open like for a long period of time? Period.
you said what?
Was it an up and vibrant store?
Yeah, when
For
they had it open.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, did it
Yeah.
last for years anyway?
Yeah, it lasted a couple years when they closed it down. I mean,
What about there was another grocery store in that same neighborhood, right? So what do you think that's making the businesses leave? Save a lot. What do you think made them leave that area? Do you
because
think it was
people
crime?
know, no, because people care more about hair.
No, that's not it.
It might have been Walmart. It might have been too high market.
No. Well, when you think about these businesses that are leaving. A lot of these businesses, you have these employees that's around here embezzling stuff. People are losing money. Think about all the downfalls within these businesses. It's more to it than just the city, it's the people. These people are out here doing what they want to do, misappropriating funds and the businesses go out. They can't operate in the city of Jackson. Why? Because of people loyalty are not with their jobs.
I'm gonna do this. I bet you we could take this city. We could go to Pearl. We can go to Madison. These cities that's bigger than our city. We can go to Madison, and I bet you we can count the churches. And I bet you they ain't got near about the many churches we got here. We got 5, 6, 7 churches on every street. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing but praying away folks' money and praying and getting folks. That's all they doing. What they happen there? And like you said, if they ain't making the city better, they need to go.
Okay, well, I can agree with that.
If they ain't paying, hold on. All I want them to do is pay, just like I was working on freelance stuff, the other day, and he was talking about how much taxes he pay and all this old type of stuff. Give them churches the same amount of tax. I bet you they figure out a way to get everything running every night, 4, 5 days a week. They'll have somebody in there running something.
Like you're talking about the freelance place, right?
Right.
Think about how the city has had a bridge closed down for this man that leads into downtown for months. So that'll knock his business. Like, it's the city. It's the city. How long will it take for you to repair a bridge?
It's the city. It's the city councilman. That's why I say we need to get rid of a lot of these folks.
And they need to sweep house. And everybody that's been in there over 3 years, they don't need to be there no more because apparently they're not planning on doing anything. That goes from up and all the way down.
I'm gonna tell you the worst thing about it. They got money. They instead of talking about how they get millions from this lawsuit, millions from this. They ain't spending enough money to keep this city at least clean.
They misappropriating the funds. They don't even know what to do with it. We get all this good help, and they don't do anything with it. But you see what they're doing with it.
Let's catch up on these comments. Michael Bader said, "What's up, good people?" He said,
"Hello, Mike.
Too." Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Let's see. There it is.
Gwen said, "Keep your yard clean. Take pride in your property." And people don't do that.
Yep.
I just hit a pothole in Jackson and tore my front end up. I know you did. I hope you got your car out the hole.
Okay.
Some said, "No pros anymore. Honesty. Name one thing we have."
Right.
The name.
What's up, Latasha in the his ass?
Hey, Tasha.
All right, go ahead.
Jonathan said, "Jackson's not offering tax breaks for businesses to stay or for them to come. The preachers and out-of-town investors own most of the abandoned properties in Jackson."
Thank you.
So true.
That's the problem.
So true, but they allow them to do it.
I was down. I'm gonna tell you. I was at a place trying to see about buying, asking about buying a building, right? And you've been downtown. And downtown, even downtown, they signing, big business is signing their stuff over to preachers because they don't want to pay the tax, and they know the preachers, they ain't got it. As soon as they take over, the taxes over and done with. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, this town ain't gonna never get better. It ain't gonna never get better. I'm sorry to say, it ain't gonna never get better. We got all these pastors and preachers just taking over, just got owning property. Go ahead with Angela.
Angela said, "You got to be dang near rich and well connected to survive in Jackson, Mississippi. It has become ridiculous. Prices sky high and no water work. Damn high crime, undrivable streets. Just sad."
Yeah.
And that's so true.
Yeah.
You have to create your savings for driving on the city of Jackson Street just so you can keep your vehicle repaired.
Yeah.
He's saying we got many churches. Yeah, I know.
We ain't got no couple church. We got so many churches.
Tarita said, "Man, it's Tate Reed. I don't care what. That man turned down every grant, anything to build the city up, which he has. And it was before him too. Exactly. Haley Barber, And what was the one? It wasn't Haley. What was the man name? Was it
All
Haley?
them governors, all them
All,
governors,
all the
all the
last
governors.
three,
Anytime
they
Democratic
received
was in
any
office,
fund.
they ain't.
They didn't want the help.
Go ahead with that one, Angie.
Angela said these properties are hiring drug addicts and drunks to repair their property, and the value goes down. Houses become abandoned. Renters are also destroying houses and selling drugs. Homeless people properties up, and they lay dominant.
Mhm.
Ouch. Call
Come
them
on.
out. Antonio says, so is the church a con of Jackson? Well, probably not cons in the definition of pros and con. It may be
Hell
a
yeah.
conning.
Hell yeah, they're
It
like
may
they're
have
like
an
Duncan say.
ing on it.
Them not paying taxes is that's the problem. They ain't paying taxes. Come on with it.
So, they just exempt from sales taxes on like electricity, gas, fuels, things like that,
That's enough.
and use.
That's
But I'm
enough.
just saying.
They need to pay taxes. All that
Okay,
is
well, anything for educational purposes, even
Uh,
the schools, the churches that have schools. Angela said, don't leave these corrupt leaders out. They're scamming the money from the city and it's falling apart.
Big Dog said all facts.
That part.
What up, Derek in the his heels?
And this is our city, Jackson, the capital of Mississippi.
Uh-oh.
LaRuben said, ain't no tax revenue in Jackson no more. Rankin and Madison residents were once Jackson. 65% of Caucasians and blacks left the city.
That part. Ruben in it.
Ebony said, things are about to get so much worse with Jim Crow coming back around. You better say it. Angela said, the churches are big businesses. They robbing you without a weapon, lying like you can buy your way to heaven. You better learn God for yourself.
There you go. There you go. I hear so much praying to get to heaven. There ain't now one of them been to heaven to come back and tell us how it's like. So stop sitting up there telling us, oh, yes, he is up there and he's telling you to, nigga, you don't know. Shit, stop lying to these people, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Stop lying. see, when you say, oh, in heaven, man, stop lying, bro. You don't know nothing about heaven. You ain't never been there. You ain't never met nobody been there and came back and told you how good it was. So be quiet. They lying. They lying. The closest we ever got to somebody saying they been there. Oh, I went to sleep and I was dead for 3 minutes. And I woke up and I seen what's the name up there? Man, gone, man. Go on, man. I'm sick of these folks. 2 minutes, they can tell us they're all about heaven. I died for 2 minutes and I know this and that. Man, be quiet. You was dreaming. Come on.
Rita said, right.
Okay.
Tarita said, they are trying to run blacks out of town.
No, they not. You know why? No. They just
They
trying
want to keep blacks here. They need somebody to stay on the plantation.
No, listen. They don't want Jackson back. Why you think they building these big old houses way back out in Glustack? They don't want Jackson back. They're just like an office. You know how you go to your office and you go and say, huh, and then you go back home. You go back across town home. That's all they using Jackson for is an office. That's all. Ain't nobody trying to move that. You ain't never heard one politician, anybody say, you know what? I'm moving back to Jackson. No, they don't want Jackson. Don't know. Listen, don't none of them want none of the inner city neighborhood. You ain't heard nobody talk about moving back to Chicago, Washington D.C., anywhere that blacks run the city. Memphis. You ain't heard people talk about moving. They said, listen, y'all blacks can have them cities. You know what I'm saying? You can have them. And the Mexicans have the one side, you can have the other. But we gone. That's what they saying. And the people even that's coming in there running the stores, sometimes they ain't staying in Jackson. They staying in a good neighborhood. And they coming up in here, running the store or whatever, and going back out of here. Or might got a couple of beds in the store for the people they got working there for them. That's
I
it.
know a job that I had. There were people that were traveling to Jackson to work, like from Hattiesburg, places that's that far, Starkville. They would drive to Jackson to work and drive back home.
Right.
Mhm.
It's people when I was listen. I remember working at Jackson Paper Company long time ago. Long time ago. That's when I think the minimum wage was uh, it was 4 something.
$3.
No, it wasn't 3 then. It was either 375, 425 or something. But I remember it was a man working there, and I think I asked him how much he made an hour. And I think the man told me 525, and he had been there 40 years. I went on and put my two week notice in then, and I said I would not be working a regular job around here because you can't do nothing but go broke. You can stand on the corner and actually ask for dollars and make a better living than somebody sitting up
And
here.
going and clock into the job. Isn't that the truth?
Come on now.
Isn't that the truth?
I'm telling you now.
Some of these hustlers that's on the corners asking for $1, they probably make good money and probably could live well
Right.
if they didn't have habits with it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I know if they didn't have habits with it, they probably could live well. Ebony said churches should pay taxes. Some of them allow candidates to come and solicit votes, but there's supposed to be a separation of church and state, but they let them in.
Bam. That part right there. That's why when I see churches getting into this political thing and all that, I say, see, that's why. Look, when we watched that, when Jesus was turning over tables in the church and all that, I see, and they don't know. I watched when Jesus was a bad boy turning over them tables. Like, how long play? What y'all doing up in this church?
Right.
We don't do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling them. You know, you can play them roles, but
Right, because every church got, you a church. You don't pay no tax, but you have more building funds than anybody I know. A straight fundraiser. Ebony said Jackson won't be the capital city for much longer.
It will.
Okay, what you think it'll be?
It will because let me tell you something. Every capital city, and I'm gonna say it again, every capital city, all black folks run to it in every way. Other people know this. Other people go on here, run on out the capital city, let the blacks have it. The blacks and whoever want it, you can have the capital city. We go back to you. All your grandma land and stuff that you selling and letting it go. They just going behind.
So they can build up all these stores.
And all they doing is coming back behind you. They going and buying your property. And then they
And
just
making
driving
part of Jackson.
driving back to Jackson and spending they little 7-8 hours in there, run Jackson, run back. They 30 minutes back home and they Gucci.
Yeah, like how they're doing, how Byram is like an annex to Jackson,
What's up, Bobby, in his house? See what.
Hey, Bobby. Bobby said, I give it a few years and I'm willing to bet they will try to move the capital to Madison or the other city.
They don't want it because they know if they move the capital, they know black people going to the capital. I'm just telling you. If it's the capital city move, all the black people going there. Because imagine if they said the capital city was Glustadt. They wouldn't want it. No. We want y'all to not even know where we at. They don't want them to start building roads and malls around. Keep that right over there. See, guess what? That's why they building all that stuff on that little old strip on what that is. What's that strip when you go across the bridge, Hanging Moss?
Hanging Moss?
The roadway going around there, going all the way through
County Line? County line, old agency, is it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Straight across.
Highland Colony Parkway.
Thank you. See, that's
Highland
why they
Colony.
building that, and they got all the stores right there. Ain't no houses around or nothing. So when them stores close down, shouldn't be nobody around there, right? Because it
But
ain't
listen,
nobody.
the Vital
No
Records,
apartment.
all that stuff is moving out that way.
Huh?
No, Vital Records, Medicaid, all those things
Yeah,
are
but
moving out that
listen,
way.
they done figured it out. We putting something with ain't no listen. After 10, should nobody be on there because ain't no houses, ain't no nothing around there. It ain't
You
no
can't even catch
houses.
the buzz line there.
Right. Ain't
There's
nothing
no
out
buzz
there.
line.
Right. So they making it smart. See, I'm figuring them out. They being smart now.
And then, like the city of Jackson, they don't even have bus service throughout the night. What if you work night and needed a ride to work? You have to just say,
Marcus, everyone has right to believe. Hey, believe anything that help you get through the day. Just don't come out here and just push it on us and like we post just because guess what? It is my belief that I can believe different than them. I can believe the believers is trying to get over on us in a certain kind of way. Because because you got to think about it. We have belief that is women saying it's all right for men to feel like they girls. Okay, that is a belief.
feel like what?
We men to feel like they girls. Oh, I think I was born a girl. No, you were born with a dick. Yeah, you were born with a dick. You were pissing. Just like every other boy around here. And just because you sit up there and you wanted to go a different way, don't sit up here and say you were born this. You weren't born a girl. They say God don't make mistakes. So if God don't make mistakes, your ass was you born with some nuts and a dick, you was a boy. Stop it. I'm just saying.
What about the woman that was born with both?
That is all right for me having a different belief system. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to go, you know how people want to go both ways. Boom, be there. But don't tell me you're a boy and you think and you a girl now. No, this is not true. You're not a girl. You ain't gonna never have a baby. You ain't gonna never have a period. No, you are not a girl. Sorry to wake you up. You ain't gonna never have a milk come out your breast naturally. No, you're not a woman. Let's stop it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't but
what about what do you call the hermaphrodite?
It ain't but two genders on it ain't but two genders on earth, and that's male and female. That's it. And the few that think they got both and that little old finger fling or whatever, I bet you if you can't have no baby, you ain't no woman. I mean, you know.
But what if you're born with both genitals? Both genitalias. If you were born with both, then what?
Okay. For the 2 out of every 100,000 people they exist. Hold on. Get what? I'm gonna leave them unicorns alone as you should. We talking general. So we're gonna talk about generality. All the
generality.
The unicorns. We ain't gonna talk about the unicorn. Just like I talked to somebody.
Now they're a unicorn. Now that's something. Okay.
I talked to somebody the other day, and they was talking about they were 44. And I was like, oh, okay, you didn't want to have no children there. Oh, I still might have children. I looked up, I was like, okay. I understand. Well, I know people that's 60 having. Okay, well, like I said, we ain't talking about the unicorn. We talk about regular people. I told them I used to breed dogs. We don't after a certain age, just like I was looking at a dude down there. It's fine for a dude to say this dog too old to have kids now. But we can't tell a woman that she's too old to have kids now because this is biological. It don't matter what you personally think. See, that's where I want the world. See, we putting our personal thoughts into reality. Like
everybody ain't Sarah.
Right. Reality is if a dude can stand up and pee, you know what I'm saying, without wasting it all on his leg and thing, he probably a dude. You know what I'm saying?
Something is wrong with you. And just said lying and crying, talking about what God said, and God told me to tell you this. Just ridiculous. You better have faith and learn the word for yourself. Everyone can't pray for me. I can recognize a wolf in sheep's clothing from a mile away. You can't piss in the wind and tell me it's raining. The elders tell me it's discernment. And that's what it is.
Feel that. I can feel that.
Bobby said, this country is built on religion. It will always be in bed with politics, especially if Republicans hold power.
Yeah, but I feel like it might have been built on religion, but I think now it's built on a religion hustle, not on religion. See, religion back in the day used to try to break us away from chains or this, and religion was to keep us under control. We have to look at that at the same thing too. The religion was to control people.
They already tried to move to Madison. And Madison,
Nah, you know what they did? They just raised the
just
rent.
some apartments and let us put you all in the same area.
No, they refuse to build apartments down in some of them areas. They will
No, in certain parts of Madison, yeah. You see what they put in the outskirts of Gluckstadt.
Madison, they'll knock them apartments down. They're gonna keep them apartments in certain little places where you can have apartments, and then they got to look extraordinary and everything. Then the rent got to be high. They don't want no cheap rent because they don't want no cheap people moving over there.
And then what was the water park thing? What was it called? Rapids. See how everybody started running to Rapids? Like, too many of that.
They shut Rapids down. Oh, well. Come on.
The Ruben said, question, where does Jackson get his name? And then you will understand.
From
you know.
Jackson.
Right.
See, when you know stuff, see, that's the problem. See, I know, I study too much and know too much stuff. And I think a lot of people that get caught up into certain things, they ain't really doing a real live research to try to know something different. Because when these days, if somebody knows something, if you can't change their mind, even if you got a lot of truth on your side, it just is crazy. You can't even change their mind if you got it written down and it's signed by Jesus, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. They still ain't gonna believe it.
Wow. Shout out to Miss Belial with Voluptuosity T-shirts and apparel. She makes our T-shirts and pillowcases, things like that. There's her information. Look her up on Facebook.
Come on with it.
LaRuben said Jackson as a city, and by being the capital, is the crown jewel in Mississippi. Caucasians want Jackson's back, and they show it. I don't know. I think they said y'all can have this. Y'all tore it up. It's over with.
No, this the problem. They don't want Jackson back. They just want downtown. They don't want Jackson. They'll let y'all have y'all Jackson. They don't want Jackson. They just want just downtown. They just want to move you away from downtown. They ain't even want all this power. Y'all start crying. The governor said, I know how to do this.
Right.
Okay.
Tarita said, you do have some people that is both. Yeah. That's what I was just saying earlier.
What do you mean by both?
That have the both genitalias.
Yeah, but like I said, we ain't talking about unicorns. I'm sick of these folks with these unicorns.
Kim said she has Mother Day and graduations T-shirts going on. Inbox her for more information.
And don't forget to like and share. It do not cost a thing to like and share.
Rita said eggs that are too old, kids come in with Down syndrome after a certain age. Yes, they do.
And people don't.
At 44, she better be careful.
And then I told her, I said, don't you know that at age 35, That's when that's high risk pregnancy starts at age 35. Now women think they should start having children when high risk pregnancy, you're gonna have two heads looking like a dragon coming at your cootamongo, and you're gonna be sitting up there talking to you gonna have two faces and things coming at that thing. Come on.
Bobby said exactly. Religion was used to control us. That's why it will forever be in bed with politics. They see religion works to control us collectively.
Right. I agree.
Christianity is not the true religion of our people.
True. And and we should know this because I know everybody watch Roots. No, I'm just saying we can watch every slave movie. It'll say we was Muslim and we was this and we was that, and they still don't nobody want to be back. What ain't nobody went in and tried to learn their old language or nothing. You want to know which place you were born in, but you don't want to know the language.
Ebony said this country was built on trickery, malice, murder, lies, racism, etc., topped off with religion. The southern states were the last. The southern states were the last to get free, so of course it's a little rougher.
I agree.
Dwayne said they going to say them two heads look just like they daddy. Mari. Mari. Oh yeah, Mari. Don't they got the daddy eyes?
Right. Yeah. He is 1,000% the
I'm
daddy.
1,000% he the daddy of both of them. It's like neither one have the same
though, when you see it announced on these TV shows, on these court, when women be doing these court cases, when they be they be actually in court, and they be like, "Girl, he is not the father. What's wrong?" She be like, "Oh, now you gave that thing up. Stop all that. Come on."
Angela said it's getting bad on the blacks. If you ain't Caucasian, you better take a flight because they determined to destroy us and take us back 60 years. The blacks better get some sense and come together and do something different because they label us because of one or two of us. Actions of all of us ain't bad. You just don't know people's struggle to judge them.
And see, I'm gonna tell you this.
That goes to the saying the birds of a feather flock together. They were like, oh, y'all all like.
but I think like this here, and I think I don't think it's all the way just a black and white thing. Cause I have truly been around, white people that actually want to help black people, and white people do a lot of help for black people. Don't us. I think the most dangerous to us is black people who don't want to help black people and don't even want us to do better.
Right.
That person that that see a child doing something and not telling them your child. You see your child come in and he got a big old gun hanging out with a steno clip and all that. I couldn't walk in my mama's house like that. You feel what I'm saying? So why are you letting your children walk in and out your house with guns hanging off their hip? And I'm seeing people with AKs, with rifle holders over their shoulder, visiting people at their house, like we in a war zone, like we actually in Iraq somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah, we know Jackson was in Mississippi original capital.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think it'll change because they know that the capital, everybody gonna run to the capital because the capital gonna have more stuff to give out, more free stuff, more
benefits. Just say it.
Everybody running to the Capitol. So you keep on thinking that people ain't gonna run to the Capitol. They gonna run. They gonna run to the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Angela said, the blacks better go back to what they know, farming and gardening. Learn how to manage money. Learn to invest in something other than drugs, clubs, and clothes.
There it is.
And $40. You forgot to add that at the end.
Okay, my bad. Hey, but you know what? That's a good true statement, because I think we done got to a place that a lot of us, I don't think we understand what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something about what we doing. We know it ain't right, but we still doing it. And I just think we got to do something better. I mean, because the way we going now, it just,
it's not it.
It ain't it. I mean, just like I say, just between 12 and 2 in the evening, go out and on your lunch break, instead of just sitting in one spot, just bust you a block around the city. I just bust you a block right down Capitol, round Capitol, down Ellie. I mean, just bust you a block through the city somewhere. You can go through the Metro Center parking lot and just bust a block around the Metro Center parking lot and see how down we have went. I mean, to get to the police station, you almost have to do a pothole. Hopefully, ain't nobody chasing you, because they're gonna catch you.
That part.
I'm just saying. Don't laugh at me. Okay.
Nikki said, should we seek a new life in Africa? Africa don't want us there. They blocking everybody.
No.
You see all the people that trying to get back to the United States now? All these countries are coming together where America dollars won't mean a thing to them.
But you know what?
Soon.
You know what just happened though? African leaders are biting back in America, because he said all America doing is coming over there trying to push the gay and trans and lesbian community agenda, but not trying to help them build stuff. And see, that's the same thing right here. Y'all so worried about your sexual identity, something that you should just be worried about behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? That this is so permanent in you, you can't even function in a regular society without wearing your sexual preference on your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why you got to tell people that I like licking on coochie, or I like you know what I'm saying? I mean, why you got to say this out loud? This is something always people kept to themselves. Yeah. Why you got to do this and you make this you? This is you now. No, you ain't got nothing to do with your sexuality, and that's the problem. A lot of people taking their sexuality trying to make them. No, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? This is not you. What it is you lost because you might not have nothing but because I'm gay. I'm supposed to be treated special because I'm gay. No. Right. You're a human being, and you got to work hard just like everybody else. You got to go out here and get your thing. And when these jobs stop chopping, and you ain't got no skills because you ain't been out here trying to hone your skills and don't you point no finger at nobody else. And when all them benefits that's coming there, because they gonna start giving people, they trying to do that now. They weaning people to give them benefits, a certain amount of benefits, because they finna cut the workforce in the next couple of years so hard that we ain't gonna even be able to live without them giving us stuff. Half of the people gonna be living off of it.
Angela said, we as a whole has become too comfortable with whatever. No standards or morals. We accepting any and everything.
Right. And that's the problem.
Nail on the head.
Oh, when I hear people say, oh, just let them do whatever they want to do, I know you lost. When you sit and you shouldn't be mad when somebody's shooting next door to you because you want everybody to do whatever the fuck they want to do. When they get high and shoot up your block, you ought to just shut the fuck up. Because you the same person don't give a fuck what nobody do. I'm just worried about my family. Yeah, when they shoot in your house, that bullet don't.
Then it's brown.
Yeah, nah. Oh, Jack, nah, motherfucker, you a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you don't give a fuck about nothing, you don't have no standards. Yeah, get the fuck out of the way and let people who got the standards try to handle it, try to do something about this shit.
The rumor said Caucasians receive more government assistance than any race in America, food stamps and including HUD. So
Yeah,
true. You
we
see
know
more
that.
homeless Caucasians in South Jackson.
They also outnumber us by almost 50, 60 million too. So I mean, I understand, Ruben, on that one. Go ahead.
They outnumber us in what? What you mean?
About 50, 60 million people.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
like demographically you're speaking, not
yeah, it's just like 40 million Black American here. You know what I'm saying? In the US.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you was talking about demographics.
And
I
it's
thought
over,
you were talking about pertaining
and it's like 100 million of them. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Delicia said, I hit a pothole so hard on Capitol Street, I started to get out my car and walk.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Dwayne said she knows she ain't moving to Africa, maybe Memphis. Nigga, do you think you can move to Africa?
Hey, look, we be talking about moving to Africa. We won't even move to the country. We want to move halfway across
the world. To the country, hiding me some backwoods.
Look. Don't move to Africa where they got lions, tigers,
and bears. Oh my!
And snakes and all kind of stuff that'll kill you. If you can't make it here, you better slow down.
Look, that's my only reason I haven't found anything in the country yet. I'm scared of the snakes. Bobby said, we have to admit, we men have failed our people. We don't stand for ish anymore. Our young men are killing each other. Our middle-aged men are doing better than their dads and are comfortable and don't want to do anything. Our older men are afraid, and the oldest among us is telling us to leave those good people alone. So for the fear of us who are doing something or trying to do something or wanting to do something, we simply don't have the numbers.
And that is so true. That is so true. Because
you called it all out.
Remember, I told people on the podcast plenty of time before, children ain't gonna respect their moms and dads if they get out here and their grandma, if they get out here and they already doing better than them. If you running around, you see your mom ain't got no car, this and that.
Right.
They got 3 cars. You like, hold on, man. Something wrong about this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just the way of life. It's like a man. If he got more, you know what I'm saying, his daddy should have more than him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just that's just the way the world works. Go ahead.
Nikki said, I really want to though. I've been researching the move, but I'm scared to go alone. I feel you, chicken.
How you gonna go? How you scared to go alone when you just said you the sick of men? You ain't dating men no more, so you ain't got no trouble to go alone. You got some kids. They ain't gonna want to go to Africa. They been here too long. Go ahead.
Twinkie or a muffin? That's your personal business. The Ruben says suicide and homosexuality is a detrimental sin, so the book say.
And I think with stuff like that, I think we don't even realize how weak we making the next generation by letting them be whatever they want to be, because we go from the point where we don't lead children no more. We just let them become what they okay. Uh if I wanted to be Superman or Spider-Man back then, it took my mom or somebody to tell me I couldn't climb up the side of a building or jump off a building and start flying across the world. So I'm just telling people, you can't just let your children be whatever they want to be. You got to guide them somewhere, and that's the problem.
Right.
All great people was guided somewhere. Michael Jackson, his daddy whooped him to fame. Uh, you look at other people. Tiger Woods' daddy, he made him what's his name, a star. Shaq daddy made him what he is. The tennis girls, what Serena and Vanessa Williams, great people been
Serena, Venus.
guided to where they went to. You know what I'm saying? You just don't be great because you just said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna just be great. Now somebody got to motivate you to be
this, and you grow up to be just that.
Be a better self. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I agree. Angela said, Nikki, you better not go along because it's too much foolishness going on. You'll be like, there was a book I read before. I think it's a true story where the man, he was freed or whatever. He ended up going to a part of America and he ended up being a slave. It's something about being a slave for 12 years or something, like 12 years of slavery. You've been and went to Africa and somebody got you for a slave or some girl. Be careful. Hey, Hansa, he said, I think the pros of it would be to invest as much as you can in things as far as abandoned property, since a lot of it is fairly cheap. The cons would be getting the right leadership in office who would be willing to allocate funds for better infrastructure.
That is
that
part. So true.
You called the whole everything out right then.
I told somebody the other day that these houses going for $3-4 grand. If somebody could go out there and get them a $3-4 grand house and go ahead and spend their little tax money and go ahead in and start spending their little
and knock it on down
and start what's not and don't care about your. As soon as you get your house up and going, don't you be caring about no damn all that other mess. You get your stuff together and make it where you can live. Get your house together where you can live and make a dent in how you gonna survive later on in life, because people realize ownership can let you flourish later on in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did we?
I agree.
Okay, go ahead.
Felicia said, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. It goes way back. The first thing they did was took prayer out of schools. Then there aren't any more big mamas that prayed over their families. These families aren't praying together. Single parent homes are at an all-time high. The family dynamic is destroyed. People are not praying anymore. When prayer, God has been taken out of the schools and homes. Then you invited the devil to come in and he has come in, and now it's chaos out here.
Right. Cause see, and then I believe in everything she just said. And only reason I said about the church, because the church is not that the church is a bad thing. It's just the church doesn't turn into a business. You know what I'm saying? And once something turn into a business and it goes out, they're not just trying to repair families no more. I don't see church. See them old preachers that was from around the way that knew everybody that grew up around here. See, they don't put them in there. You ain't bringing no church man from Virginia to Mississippi to preach over a church, and he supposed to know the community, or he supposed to care about Susie. He just trying to pray and get y'all to get up in there and pay some money. That's all. It then turned into a business, and I swear, if they get it back to where people owning their churches and having a smaller church that people go in there and really believe, and it ain't about how big the ceiling is in the church, because all this ceiling ain't doing shit but make up air. All this extra building could be done, put it out And they could have been building some more stuff around there so they can have food potteries and other stuff and business around there. Could have even had a movie theater. Why your building need to be a gymnasium, need to be the Coliseum? Tell me this. What the high it is? It ain't no 3 stories. Churches is big enough in the inside. You can put 5 flights of elevators in there. For what? Church should still be just tall enough for you to jump up and touch the roof. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. All right.
The rumor said, bro, the minority in America is now the majority, meaning minorities collectively. This is why they mad.
No, if the majority was the minority, then this is called fake news. Because when we voted, that means we could get elected whoever we wanted to get elected.
But they don't vote.
Hold on. Now we vote. It's a lot. Hey, listen, when we piss them off, we see how them people listen. We be up in here. We talking about this majority stuff. We in Mississippi. Have we ever had a black governor? Have we even had a runner up for a black governor? You know why? Because we ain't got the bodies. And we can sugarcoat it all the way because we killing each other all day, every day in the city. They growing their families and they live into ripe years while we sit up here killing about our people. Anytime, how we gonna be the majority when we killing all our people every year? And having abortions killing the other half of the people. And they say abortions killing more people than crime is killing. So what you think happening, Ruben? See, you got to do both sides of it. You got to look all the way around. Look at how many abortions are killing black folks. Look how abortions and black on black crime and all that is happening. I mean, I don't mean that black on black crime is not a super thing, but it's a thing. And we are straight killing each other every day, all day. In every big city.
The rumor said, bro, it takes one spark to start a forest fire.
Yep. And if I'm close enough, it only take one little bucket of water to put it out. Okay, all right.
LaVar Ball, 3 NBA sons. So yeah.
Right. Because it's telling him how hard he pushed to get his sons up in the league. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You got to have somebody who pushing you to be great. It's not about if it was up to them, then one of them would have made it to the NBA. It was daddy, right. I'm making. He said, I married my wife because she was tall. She was a basketball player. You feel what I'm saying? He put in his mind what he was doing to get what he was trying to get. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, Nikki said she remembered the movie I was talking about. So be careful, Nikki. You're talking about moving to Africa. Hanson said, don't worry about the potholes. In times, those issues will be corrected. And when they do, you will be financially comfortable with your investment property.
Right. See, some people don't think long term; they think short term. Like when the city and stuff like that going down like that, this is the time to buy property and think about it. Is men
revitalize it?
Is men setting themselves up to be millionaires right now? I watch them in the hood buying up properties. They sitting there working on them every day, trying to get them up and running. And in a couple of years, they're gonna have them apartments or whatever, making them good money because they stayed in one and they working to get all up and running, and they're gonna have a fully good functional place in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And they're gonna look back and say, wow, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. And we get, don't forget to like and share. It don't cost a thing. What you got next for?
Well, we kind of talked about it all. Talked about, they say Mississippi have lower costs in higher education, but there's still so many limitations to that. And if you came here from another state, you still have to pay state costs just for being here in another state.
And you know what they told me? Everybody I talk to, they come to this state and still go to college, say we still cheaper than any of the other colleges. So they still come over here, get their college education, then they go
And
somewhere
take
and
it on,
make
take
their
it on
money.
somewhere else.
Well,
Yep. Felicia said, what happened to the 100 black men of Central Mississippi to help mentor these young black men? These kids need some mentors. These young black women do as well. You can buy the properties, but if you don't teach the people how to take care of it, then we still lose.
yeah, because a lot of people, hell, the reason it's going down now, they buying, they trying to get houses. They can't even stay in a regular house without parking across the yard.
I know, right on the grass.
Running everything down and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's still the same thing, man. I mean, it's according to how you raise this and that, because I think we on a certain kind of crossroad where we got to invest in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out here, because I said the same thing. 100 black men, hell, I mean, I went over there. You try to become part of some of these groups sometimes, but then you realize all they want, I mean, not saying them, some of these groups just want membership and, the fees. And I don't think they're doing enough to push the right thing. Because as I look around, I would watch women have 1,000 women meetings, International Women's Day meeting there, meeting there. And I'd be like, man, when, the black organizations having the meetings, even the frat,
Sororities.
yeah, so, yeah, and all that, when they gonna get it together, where we can, kind of get something different going on,
But
man.
listen, there is something different that is taking place in Jackson. I attended a walk this weekend in Jackson, Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
There was a walk. It was called the National African American Male Wellness Walk and Run.
Uh-huh.
There were so many black men that were there participating with black children.
Right.
This is the second year that this has taken place in Jackson. And not only was it just for Jackson, they had people to come from other states to be a part of this, to talk to black men and to incorporate wellness with them, and to even talk to them on a mindset on being better men. So there are some people out there that's doing it. The 100 Men, they still out there. There are so many organizations for women and young boys, but you just have to go and look for these things, because these are things that people are not promoting. And it's around. You just have to go and look for it.
Okay. Chantel, I agree. Before she even read it, go ahead.
Chantel said, we got to change the mindset of these people. If the mindsets don't change, we will keep repeating the same behavior with no change.
Right.
Yeah. Nikki said, I have a dentist friend that invested in a lot of properties throughout the city of South Jackson. He quickly stopped investing and got out of flipping homes because the people would tear the homes apart.
Yeah.
And if you don't get nobody in there, everything you put into those homes, they come and snatch it real quick. It's sad. It's awful.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the only problem with that. See, the problem was it because she said a dentist friend. See, one thing about it, he don't know nothing about houses. He know about fixing teeth and stuff like that. So I'm sure he ain't got no place about fixing houses. So really, a lot of his money going into that. getting somebody to put out, spend all this money in the house, and once he get up and running, if you ain't making a certain amount, it's bound for somebody like that to give up on something like that if he done put all this into it, and then next thing you know, he just want to sell it and try to get scot free cleared of it and run. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
Well, that's the thing. Okay. The good quality, if you're able to buy these properties throughout the city of Jackson, dilapidated houses, revitalize them however you want to do them, right? But if you yourself don't know how to go in there and do the work, you got to think about, when I buy this property, how much am I going to have to put into this to get it up to standards for somebody to live in it? So you have to think about all those things. You just can't go around here and say, I'm buying this house, I'm buying that house. You don't know if you have to have rewiring or if it's been a fire. You have to check out what you're buying. You just can't read it because it's on a paper for $500 and you go and buy it because it's a house. You got to think about it. If you can't do the work yourself or don't have somebody that can work, and you won't lose much. You have to think about those things, especially us as women.
You heard what she said.
She said they need to be out in the field.
You got to. I mean, like I say, people who need to invest in houses is people who deal with houses. I mean,
Right.
when you jump out of your lane because you thinking about money, I tell people all the time, stick to what you do best, and everything will do better. You know what I'm saying? If you cook, don't cook and then say, "Oh man, I want to run a car
Be a
wash.
painter.
Run a car wash. I want a paint service too." You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you do best and
stick to it and make that grow.
No, you ain't got to stick to it. You try to do that the best of your business. Then you try to learn the other what's not said. I don't think when you say when she said that he started investing in houses, see, it make me feel like this here. First, you got to start somewhere. You can't just start throwing your money into houses
Because
you don't know,
they were cheap.
You're right. You don't know the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the game when they get out here trying to invest in certain stuff.
Alicia said, these young black men are not going to knock on the doors of these organizations. If these adults really want to save the city, they're going to have to hit the street, get these kids' attention, and show them they really care about the community. If these group of people don't show love, then these young people aren't going to care either. But let me tell you, you cannot reach these children without going through these parents. Yeah. You ask these kids now, they already have the option of saying yes and no if I want to participate or not. So you have to try and reach the parents first, because these kids are already making decisions on what they want to do at 12 years old. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go to school today. They can do that with their parents.
But you know what? When I grew up, they ain't had no choice.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You have to reach
these parents soft. They don't hit the kids like I grew up. Now, pow, get that, boy, I told you to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch people actually tell their kid 10, 15 times, stop. No. Come here. Man, I don't even, look, I got a cat that mind me more than that. And you know cats don't mind nobody. I got a cat out there, come here. The cat will be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Even the cat will come to me. Man, these kids ain't doing nothing these folks say, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing these folks say.
And then they posting this stuff on TikToks with children being smart mouth with them. That is not funny. Stop doing that to these kids. You just don't know they're going to get up and embarrass you somewhere and not going to be listening to you at 5. And they already doing this at 2 and 3 like it's funny.
I'm telling you, man.
It's not funny. Nigga said it was the care he put into the homes was unbelievable. He made sure to really make the landscaping beautiful as well. He had me wanting to move into a home. It was about revitalizing for him. That's just who he is, all about helping his people.
But then, like I said, you got to do it one at a time, or you got to get two or three of them on the same street. Well, one to kind of watch over the other one. While you're
Mhm.
working on this one, you can see your other one down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You kind of like watch all of them a little bit, and you got to have a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell some of my partners all the time how to buy a house and how to fix it up and how to slowly do certain things. Don't put your AC unit in there yet. Go ahead, get everything ready before you put your major appliances in
Bill
there.
Plaza.
That stuff should come once you got somebody ready to move in and all that old type of stuff. You can get stuff set up, but you can actually put the stuff in once you got somebody in there. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and people just got to know it's a lot different.
Yeah.
Okay, we read that. Okay,
Lisa said half of the parents aren't present. They are not even home. They are raising themselves.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or they on Facebook and the kids and you can't talk to them no way. They doing TikTok videos. They
Right.
don't even care. They doing TikTok videos. Kid in there by his damn self. Okay.
Nigga said not the
Yes.
cat.
Yes. The cat. Okay.
Chantel said, true, these damn Jezebel descendants don't need no kids. These kids don't have a chance with these.
Come on, dude.
You better call it out. Need to be called out. Lisa said, we have to get out there and talk to these kids that's already in the streets. They are raising themselves, and a lot of them are impressionable and can lead these other kids that's following in their footsteps the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that
Preaching.
on that part that we don't have. I'm gonna tell you, we don't have kids able to follow behind somebody because I think kids are being raised that only person they have to respect is their mama. I don't think kids really try to respect anybody. When a kid don't have respect for his daddy, how he gonna have respect for a tutor or somebody, a mentor, or somebody who trying to teach him something? Because kids are impressionable. They want to see what you got before you can tell them something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and like if you come up and you walk up with Jordans on and maybe some gold chains or something, and then the kid wanna sit up here and listen to what you got to say, like, how can I get that? You know what I'm saying? That's some kind times reason I dress a certain kind of way I dress instead of just trying to be, too uppity or too wasn't I. You try to dress in the middle. No, I'm just saying you try to dress in the middle or whatever, so you can still have the child to understand that okay, you can kind of get something by being not this way, but being in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wear Jordan because I don't want a kid to see success in
In
Jordan
your shoes.
in my shoes. No, success come from hard work and in being saving, making plans, having a plan A, B, C, and D. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
some fall through, you got another plan that's working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the part there. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
think a lot of people don't look at it like that.
Yep. Chantel said, preach.
I had to watch this go.
Really?
Yeah, my boys already got on me.
Alicia said, if that's true, Mark, then we all lost. There won't be any hope for Jackson.
Well, I think we all a little lost. I mean, it's kind of hard to just just say that we done went so far that we gotta do a U-turn. Like the song saying, I got
Gotta make a U-turn.
gotta turn around, gotta start all over again. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to sit up here and we actually got to make a U-turn and start all over because what we've been doing is not happening no more. We got to turn this around.
Yeah.
We can't do the same thing. It's not working. And we actually have to change, how we feel, how we think, and how we move.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
What else
agree.
you got? What else you got?
This is one of our another problem because Jackson, Mississippi is number one in obesity. Comfort food. You can go to the gas station, the local gas station, and get you some comfort food.
Yeah. Yeah. I was behind somebody today, and I looked at what's the name, and I seen them. They had about 6 pops on the thing, and I said, "Ain't now them sugar free and nothing." I said, "Ain't nothing but a bunch of sugar." That I mean, I just be in my head. Sometimes you be in your head thinking what's going on, and
Mm,
I just think it's a lot of stuff going on. We don't, if we made subtle changes, that we would be better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If we just change just little stuff, we would be in much better shape.
yeah, I agree. Just the little things. Yeah. Chantel said they will put name brand stuff on a
F
F
student,
student.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Because a lot of people doing it wrong because they don't want their child to see the struggle, and
Hmm.
sometimes people don't realize people who struggle the most. Even 50 Cent and a lot of people saying how they struggle, real early, what makes them the person they is today. People don't realize most of the people that really got stuff is the people who struggled the most back in the day.
Right.
So people got to understand you have to, you have to struggle sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like is no way around it. I mean, you got to struggle, you got to work hard, all that kind of stuff to make stuff work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, let's stop telling everybody they thick in Mississippi. I know, right? Tell us the truth. We fat.
Or what they say, not thick. What did it
Big
puff
boned. That's what they say in the South. Big boned.
and puff? I don't know. It was puffy or puff. I don't know. I forgot what it was. It was something else too.
Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy,
Fluffy. There it is. Fluffy.
fluffy. I've heard that.
Yeah.
You have them people in your head too. I'm so glad to know I'm not alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It just. I think Jax can do better, but it gonna be so hard to get us back on the right track.
Yeah,
To me, it
yeah.
gonna be it gonna be a hard cast to you know get back on the right track. And like you said on that comfort food, I don't even buy certain foods because I don't want them in my refrigerator because I know them fuck them up.
Oh man.
I don't put certain. I don't drink, but I don't put certain food in my stuff. 'Cause I know I'm gonna fuck it out. I ain't gonna buy it. I'm try to be like, no, 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 no. I'll
Well,
be,
at least you know yourself.
yeah. You got to know. You got to know what's your triggers. and all that. And you got to kind of stay away from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I have.
That's it.
Lisa said leadership will help to change, will have to change, I guess. All of them from city officials to judges, etc. We've been singing that song all night.
I ain't
They
gonna
need to
talk.
go in clear house.
Okay, I ain't gonna talk about no judges. Y'all talk about the city officials. You never know who you might end up in front of. Judges, I have nothing against judges. Y'all
Oh,
doing
there's nothing against them.
look, y'all are doing a great job. I'm still out. I ain't look, I'm just like the policeman told me about nurses. He said, I don't get nurses tickets. I said, why not? He said, I might be in the emergency room one day. I said, boy, even the popo thinking about this stuff.
Right. Chantel said, I want to go door to door putting holy oil on everything and everybody.
You get somebody shooting outside the what's the name?
Outside the window, shoot through the door.
Oh, look, she doubling down on it. I
I
said what
said,
I said. Okay then, okay. But I understand on everybody else, but I'm not speaking on them judges. I'm all right. Hey, there's some judges that watch my podcast. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm sorry. Everybody gonna get judged one day, and you don't want to be in front of the judge.
Everything said, yes, Chantel, bless them all. Said, well, they need to get in order. See, look, they were trying to replace those judges and not even give them authority to make decisions and just appoint one that was particular from a particular race. So hey.
I'm gonna let y'all play with them judges.
It's not me, it's the city.
Look, I ain't gonna get caught up in it. Yeah, look. I ain't gonna get caught in and talk about judges. I'm sorry. I don't. See, one thing about it, I might say a little some popo, this and that. I'm not messing with no judges. I'm sorry. There's the last line of defense.
Mm.
Hey, look. I was thinking about, I was like Andrew Tate thinking the same thing right now. He was talking about how they corrupt and this and that. Now he in the court system fighting for his freedom. Sure, I need to talk about them same people. He like, I respect all the judges. Seeing justice and letting me out, and this, and I'm telling you now, it'll change your tone, boy. Once you get to talk about the wrong people? Believe me, somebody in jail right now was talking about a little bit of everybody. He ain't getting no benefits for after he talked about everybody like a dog, and then got to go in front of them same judge, them same folks that you point fingers at.
You sure elaborating on it. Look, you trying to put it in there. Cheese.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, look, you remember when I was on there, I told you on my show, I would not be calling out people names and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, you got to have a little respect, a level of respect when you know what I'm saying, when you out here doing this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, if you don't respect a certain type of people out here, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what might come back and bite you. You don't know.
Mm.
Yeah. And I don't like to be bit like that. Okay, all right.
She said, well, a hit dog will howl.
Sure will. Okay, my bad.
I knew you had it in you.
All right, cool.
She said, loud and right. Delisa said, I don't do anything to have to stand before a judge. I'm careful about how I carry myself. I'm a real estate broker, a freight broker. I have a life insurance license, and I work a corporate career. All I'm doing is telling the truth. And she is very much entitled to her um say
Hey,
so.
do what you do. I've been on the other side of the tracks.
And we're not talking about the Amtrak.
And I'm gonna tell you, at certain point in your life, you gotta realize it don't matter what you do. Anybody can end up in front of a judge. It don't matter what you do in life, you can end up in front of a judge. Ain't that right?
Right.
see, judge ain't the last offense. Judge is the first person you gonna go in. It don't matter who you talk about. Judge gonna be the first person you might go in front of anything you do. If you suing somebody, if you real, real estate broker, all that stuff, you might have to go in front of a judge. And then if you talk about the wrong judge and you go in front and they remember who you is, yeah, best believe that they gonna remember why they giving out they final stuff on your case. I'm just saying.
She said, well, you stay quiet then.
I did.
We saw.
I did.
You was like, no, 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 not
Look, I'll
today.
give my high five to the judges. High five. High five. I mean, because I say it just like this. It's the same thing why you don't get on here and say, oh, if I went to jail, I'd do this and I'd do this and I'd do that. If you mess around and end up in jail, and then the same thing you said, the big old jug up in there, he gonna say, oh, you the big bad jug who was talking about this stuff about what you like gonna do when you get to jail. Okay.
Uh-oh. She said, which further lets her know some of them are corrupt.
Well, we're in a corrupt system. I mean, America is one of the corrupted systems there is. That's why Africa is calling them out now, talking about how they just sitting back on their agenda and they ain't trying to truly help them. They say Russia and China is truly trying to make them financially independent. They helping them build roadways and all that. Why America running over there throwing millions all over the world? What millions they just throwing to us on the local level? They won't even write us a check on the
Right.
they going over there just
Helping other countries and
messed up. Here go 100 million. Here go 60.
600 million.
Here go
How
1
much
million.
did Kamala give
And
trying
you
to
know
offer
what?
Africa?
And you know what makes it so bad? They got enough money. How they give away money? They could give everybody in America $50,000 to $100,000. Everybody in America,
Mm.
and say, "Hey, we just gave y'all a boost. Now run until it."
But no, they're allowing all these gas stations to set up with these Powerballs on hope that people will possibly win. That's what's not good.
That same thing like the church, huh? They said letting them set up everywhere, and they praying that they gonna get in heaven, and they probably still gonna end up in hell because it's your choices you make in life.
Oh my goodness.
She said, "Well,
Get them out of Jackson, and Jackson might turn around. She's talking about the corrupt judges.
it's easy." No, I don't know. I don't know no corrupt judge. Um,
I think you better make a U-turn.
Because guess what? That's how I listen. That's how our trash got back picked up because of the judge, not because of the city councilman. The judge, the one made the city councilman. Y'all stop acting like children. And
Get in
y'all,
here and
and
make a
they put them in
decision.
the room, made them work it out, and said, "Y'all better have it ready by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." And look, I didn't even worry about. I just kept on putting my trash. I stopped buying bottles and stuff like that, just in case I was gonna have to have an emergency burn. I just had all my trash and pushed that there, and I seen it coming. When I seen he made the judge made them go in that emergency meeting, I said,
They stop acting like kids.
my trash finna get picked up. I put my trash to the end of the street. I said, it's finna go down. Okay.
He said, not just the judges, the city councilmen, law enforcement officers, etc. And then she said she didn't say all judges. She said some.
Okay. I don't know these corrupt judges, so I can't talk about them. We'll talk about everybody else. Go ahead.
Kim said, I have to disagree with y'all. Your great governor sent all the money back to Washington, especially during COVID. It's proof online. California, New York, and Chicago still getting money.
Let me tell you something. I can't even get mad at anything that happened to us because even though we sit up there and we say about how we don't have money to do this, but I bet you one thing. I know people who claim they ain't got no money, but they got enough money to get high every day, buy cigarettes every day, buy beer every day. I mean, they buy the necessities, what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They buy that. You know what I'm saying? You can go get a pack of water for what? A 24 case, $4. But people would rather go in the store and buy $2 water, $2.50 water. I mean, hey, one water. So I mean, what I say is we got to be more on a helpful thing to us too. We got to outthink this thing because the why some people can make it and be vibrant and some people can't.
Mm-hmm.
Some way you ain't putting in work the same as the next person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got to look at that part too. We need to keep some. Oh Lord.
All right, now.
Sound like the show bad over. Oh, okay.
Yes. She said you're deflecting again. But okay.
I don't think deflecting is answering the question. I just feel like I feel like you deflecting if you saying you blaming it all on the governor, or you blaming it all on the mayor, or you blaming it all on the city council. Okay, we can blame the city, but personal responsibility still go to us. We still can raise up enough money and buy a house, like we were saying about the houses and other type of stuff. We can do what people were saying online about, how we can get ourselves together to own a house in this economy. You can buy you a house, $3,000-$4,000. You know what I'm saying? How many people going out there buying a house, or how many people looking at the house? Oh, it's in the real neighborhood. Oh, I want a 3-4 car garage. Man, some people ain't gonna never make enough money to get that 3-4 at $250,000, house that you got barely got a job. And people think you making $18-$20 an hour, you're gonna afford a 250. You can't even afford to keep the grass and the bushes cut. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being truthful. See, a lot of people look at the note on a house, but don't think about the expenses. The note on a house might be $2,000, for a big, nice house like that, right? Might be 1,800, $2,000. Okay, all right, but what about the cost of the grass?
Or the maintenance within the house.
Some go wrong. Some you got get fixed. You know what I'm saying? And all that kind of stuff. Your gas, your food, your electric bill, all this type of stuff. People don't even understand all these other expenses go into a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you dealing with $250,000 house, you actually dealing anything your rent is, you probably need to double it to even just break even.
Yep.
So if your house thing is 1,800, you should be making almost 3,800 to just keep it going every month.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No. Some of these people need to realize you need a $500 a month house and $600-700 house, whatever, where you can be able to still have money over to do maintenance and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's true.
Yeah. People don't look at it like that.
Alicia said, this has been fun. I'll talk to you guys next time.
All
Thanks.
right. Well,
Good
we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully my Lakers come back and win. We need to do something. All right,
Wouldn't
yeah.
that be a blessing?
Yeah, good show. I appreciate y'all all.
Miss
And I
Kim.
see y'all. We're gonna have
On tomorrow.
No, I ain't, cause tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, it's only a day away.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, this is Hood Talk, and I will be seeing y'all tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Gonna read them last couple comments.
But if they can't afford a residential income property, you want it to be in a decent area. Otherwise, you're making a bad investment in an inner city area. No one will want to stay there. But law, let me go to bed. Good night.
Well, what you got to do is we got to get the wrong mentality out. We got to build us a mansion in the middle of the hood, and then let somebody else build a mansion beside us. And we
Do a neighborhood takeover.
We get that little old house that ain't worth much. You put your money and you move in and you put your cameras around it, you build you a fortune. You put your gates around it, you build you a fortune. If you had to put dogs,
and it'll be under the 200,000 that you would buy out in the suburban
and
areas.
you will be all right. You get you some automatic gates open if you need it. You get your garage door that open and close, whatever. Do what you got to do to make it happen. But once you make it happen where you at, then other people will do the same around you.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. See y'all tomorrow night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
You got anything else, sir?
No, sir, I don't.
All right. Don't forget to like and share, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Peace.
Good night.
Peace.